The Bucks continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup on the road. A time-honored tradition, the NBA on 2K Sports, Sunday Night Hoops action. Delighted to have all of you with us here tonight. Here we go. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. With Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. You take a look at the Pelicans. They return victorious from an undefeated road trip back to the loving embrace of their hometown faithful.
And this is a great chance, Kevin, for this team to establish some home court dominance. Long stand coming up in front of them, and an easy way to try and build some momentum.
And, unfortunately, Coach, the Pelicans still looking for the franchise's first deep playoff run.
Yeah, just 2 playoff series wins since their arrival in New Orleans back in 2002. They've had some tremendous talents, but the stars have yet to arrive.
And Jeremiah Fears gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to speak with James Borrego for a minute. He talked about Kevin Durant and just how challenging a matchup he is. He told me, quote, his length is what makes him so difficult. Throwing that quick release on his jumper, all we can ask our guys to do is get a hand up on any shot they can. We'll see how effective their defense is on Durant tonight. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And then Durant with the dunk.
Look at KD throwing it down, not giving the defense any opportunity there.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good on the triple. KD looking around. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Well, he's 3 for 4 to start out. Right off the bat, you could sense he was dialed in. All business so far.
Here's Messi, and it's sent back by Turner.
Well, this is the kind of rim protection Turner provides. He knows his team relies on him to protect the paint.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And so it's Milwaukee now. And the Pelicans pick up 3 with their last shot. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. The Pelicans making a switch here. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. On the clock, Durant. And that one off the back of the rim and in. KD's got 8.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
And that one's good. Ricochet.
He's got a nose for the bucket. Ricochet ready to go once he got it.
Here's Ivy. 3-pointers off the mark. The Bucks trail. Fires the 3. That doesn't go either for KD.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3. And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And forceful there from Bay, attacking the iron.
Out to Turner. Pass to Rollins. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the 3-point land.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Pelicans.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Pass to Rollins. And the Bucks miss again. New Orleans leading by 8. An outstanding defensive big man, Wendell Carter, stands 6'10", and Stan, he has a 7'4" arm span.
Yeah, Kevin, I think his length really bothers people and is deceiving. When you're first looking at him, he looks like almost an undersized center. But in fact, with that wingspan, he's not. And he is so disciplined and fundamentally sound as a defender. He's one of the best in the league.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. So both teams making some changes here. Outside Arenas. And slam dunk by Arenas.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Arenas following the three by Milwaukee. Carter on the wing. Back to Black. Clock at 6. And here's Arenas outside.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. Oh, Kevin Durant. Unreal.
Pelicans leading by 4. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Buries it from three-point range.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Here's Arenas to the middle. Here's Bassett. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. 2 on the clock. And there's the nice lay-in by Arenas.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And it goes out of bounds. That went off turnover.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
That shot off. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. New Orleans on top, leading by 5.
Milwaukee, 19.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Pelicans, what do you guys think?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Yeah, they really trust their depth. They have no problem relying on their bench in crucial situations.
Here's Rizachet. The shot from the low post is good. Rizachet's got 5 points so far. And with the trend break toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded-out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
Back to Carter. It's stolen by Green. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Driving inside. Mikhailuk can't get it to go. And so Poole will bring it up for New Orleans. They've led by as much as 10. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, Jordan Poole, he's never shy. He said the big moments, end of the shot clock, end of the quarter, the end of the game, those are nothing. There's real-life stuff that people should use the word pressure for. Basketball might be a little nerve-wracking for like 30 seconds. Kevin, back to you.
He certainly plays without fear. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Well, that's a great two-player set. Portis setting the screen and moving with purpose. Nice work offensively.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. So both teams changing it up here. New Orleans in the lead. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And a wide open look for Arenas. From the high post, he drills it. Arenas has got his third bucket of the night.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
Bucks trailed by 4. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Messi. Now here's Arenas. In the corner, it's Harris. Outside for Arenas. 5 on the clock for 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Here's Durant. And there's the drive. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting. And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. New Orleans leading by 5. Arenas with it. He's picked up by KD. Back to Harris. Now Arenas. He's got 11. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Look, if I'm one of his teammates, I just keep getting him the ball. He has been lights out.
Here's KD. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And stolen by Arenas. Inside. Monkovic.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Pass to Messi. Uses the glass to finish the lane. And now an 11-point New Orleans lead.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
The 3 from KD. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And they're shooting really well from long range this quarter. They should keep looking to the 3-point shot for some extra offense.
Rizachet wide open. Sinks the triple. Rizachet's got 7 points for the quarter. Outside, KD. Back to Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And with his size and athletic ability, playing above the rim, not an issue for Kuzma.
Here's Arenas going inside.
Now that's some hang time. What a pretty double clutch move.
Agree, Greg. You can afford to get fancy on your way up when you've got that kind of space. Durant with a wide open look. That 3 off the mark. And it's Harris with the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Here's Arenas. Oh, and the jam by Arenas.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Stolen by Durant. And so it's New Orleans looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back right after this. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Bucks trail by 13. Pass to Rollins. KD on the wing. Messi grabs the rebound. Ivy with it. Step by Kuzma. And slam dunk by Ivy.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back. I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Bucks trail by 17. Shea with the steal. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Pierce's shot is off. Pass to Kuzma. Stripped away. 4-on-3 break. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Left side, Turner. Bucks passing it around. And it's Jaden Ivey with the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Down low. Here's Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Well, that's on the defense there. You can't allow Turner to get this close to the basket.
Good work there as it goes. And it's 8 points for Jeremiah Fears.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Then over the course of his career, Tobias Harris has shown a willingness to embrace various roles.
Well, look, Kevin, Tobias Harris is not only a highly skilled player, but he is a team-oriented, win-first, veteran guy, totally unselfish, and will just figure out a way that he needs to help any team he's on get to where they want to go.
Pelicans leading by 15. Here's Fears. And slam dunk by Fears.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Back to you.
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans, don't we? Thank you, Allie. Ivy, no one around him. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. They host the Clippers after this game. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Fears with it. He's got 12. And then Carter with the jam.
Well, watch Carter Jr.'s control. He sets a solid screen and then shifts right to his spot. Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
The Bucks making a switch here. The Bucks shooting their first free throw tonight. And with so many teams, Stan, filling roster spots with rookie contracts, the importance of drafting well continues to rise.
Well, absolutely it does, Kevin. The quicker you can get those guys up to speed and helping you on their rookie contracts, where they're at least relatively lower priced, helps your salary cap situation, helps you fill out the roster with quality players.
Carter looking around. And it's off from three-point range. Here's LaRavia. And LaRavia slams it in.
Oh, nice read from Kuzma. Really good at finding the open teammate.
Bucks trail by 13. Out to the right wing. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Carter. Here's Fears. 14 points for him. Here's Ivy. Here's Bassey. Now Fears. Just 5 to shoot. And it's LaRavia with the rebound.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Pelicans leading by 11.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Arenas. It's rebounded by Portis.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
Nice work to get it inside and draw contact.
The Bucks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And he knocks down the first one.
Really, Bobby Portis is a key big for this team. He hits threes to stretch the floor, scores at a high clip, plus Bobby is a great rebounder.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight. Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
Here's KD. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. KD's got 25 points in the game. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've had active hand.
The Bucks. 55.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Pelicans leading by 9. And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I was able to listen in on what James Borrego was going over with his team. He encouraged them to keep on the pressure, saying, you guys are forcing a lot of turnovers, and it's because you're communicating and working together as a unit. Keep it up. Defense is clearly a priority.
Allie, thank you so much.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Here's Risacher. And the dunk by Risacher.
Yeah, if you give Risacher a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Over in the corner, Portis. The Bucks working the ball around. Risacher with it. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for New Orleans?
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And also, guys, they've been showing how dangerous they are in the open floor. When they see a chance to get easy points, boy, they just jump at it.
And here's Arenas outside, and it's Durant with the rebound.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Here's Ricochet. And the dunk by Ricochet.
And Ricochet is having himself a game. Everything is coming together for the young fella.
Pass to LaRavia. Here's Ricochet. He's defended by LaRavia. In the corner, Messi with it. Back to Ricochet. And he hits the jumper for 2. And that's now 20 points for Ricochet.
Well, this kind of offensive performance is exactly why Ricochet was a first overall pick. He can fill it up.
That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And the Bucks making a change here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. A nice shot by Pierce.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Here's KD. Using his length inside. Durant.
Listen, it's a team sport. But without him, this deficit would be a lot bigger. Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
The free throw dropped for Messi. Here's Rollins. Right side, Kevin Durant. Shoots over Ricochet. And another basket for Milwaukee.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
A three-pointer. Good.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Ivy driving the lane. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Bucks trailed by 15. Now Kuzma. Good on the basket.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
And it's sent back by Turner.
Remember, Turner's led the league in blocks multiple times. I think the shooter forgot that.
And he gets it to go.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
.153 left to play here in the fourth. And yeah, it's good.
Well, Ricochet has decent size, and he uses it well that time to put points on the board.
Look, he's doing what he can to try to keep them afloat offensively, continuing to stay aggressive.
Here's Ricochet. A huge two-handed slam.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for New Orleans.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Ricochet.
And how about his defense in this one? He was just wreaking havoc and racking up the steals. Really tremendous effort on that end.
And he makes that one count.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Fires the three. And it misses. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 16 feet away. It misses. Guys, they've really built a nice lead here.
And doesn't show any sign of slowing down.
And there's the call on Rizachet. That is his first foul of the game.
Second.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Here's Green.
Bobby Portis.
It's picked off. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way